Hi, it's Tina and Tim again, and today we're going to talk about the worst kind of custody order a person could potentially or possibly has. So we're going to let Tim start with what is the worst custody order that we've seen?
It's joint legal custody with primary placement to one parent with no parenting time schedule in place, but simply says parenting time is as agreed upon.
So what in the world does that mean, Tim?
It means that one parent is where the kids live for residency. So that's their home. That's where they're going to be more than 50% of the time. Joint legal means that both parties have equal access and should be decision making to all major events, whether it's educational, psychological, physical, those types of things. And then parenting time, so the time you get to see your kids, will be like this. Hey, so and so, I have this weekend off. Would you mind if I pick, the two kids up and they come over and spend the weekend? And parent with the primary says, nope, not going to work for me this weekend. I've got plans. Bye. And that's what it's going to be every time.
And every weekday that you ask. So technically, if you cannot agree, the parent
you get no parenting time.
Exactly. And how many times have we seen that? A lot. So
100% of the time.
So if you go to court and you feel pressured and the courts are telling you, oh, this is a really good deal, Mr. or Ms. No, tell the judge no, because what happens if we can't agree? What's the outcome? Well, that means you're going to be back in court. So you might as well have some guidelines set in place. If you think you guys can agree, then great. At least have some sort of roadmap as to what happens for vacation time, holidays. Are we going to birthdays, or how about, are we going to agree that at least at a bare bones minimum, we each get every other weekend? And what about my birthday? Isn't that important? Shouldn't I have time with my kids on my birthday?
You would hope, but here's the other thing though, when you're feeling that pressure from the courts to say, oh, you should agree to this, understand that anytime in court you agree to something and you're giving your consent to it, you can't go back and say, oh, I changed my mind now. The court says, well, why did you? You're a rational person, you're competent, there's no mental liabilities there that would impede your ability to make a sound judgment. So now I'm going to see it as nitpicking, and I'm going to see it as two parents bickering, and courts don't want to micromanage the fact that you can't get along. So you really have to look at all the variables when you're consenting to something.
And it's not, what's it called? Buyer remorse. So
yes.
When you're in court, you can't return that item and say, sorry, judge, here, take that order back. I really didn't want that. I want this. I want half time now. I thought about it, and giving her primary physical just doesn't work out for me. The court's going to laugh in their head, not at you, but internally, the court's going to say, no, just like Tim said. It's called allocuted, meaning the court asked you a bunch of questions, making sure you knew exactly what you were getting yourself into. So if you're getting pressured into a bare bones order that doesn't have any of the guidelines or any of the important things that you believe are important, then guess what? Hire a lawyer. Ask what, especially in New York, if you financially qualify, there's no reason you shouldn't just ask the court to assign you an attorney. And hopefully your children have an attorney for them, somebody that represents their interests.
Exactly.
So that's a quick little tip. Just do not be one of those people that has that joint legal, primary to one parent, and parenting time as the parties agree. And if you're going to have that order, make sure you're the one that has primary, because then you're the one in control, obviously.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry I'm looking down, but this is Tina and Tim with another little tidbit. Enjoy.